Welcome back. We are all familiar with the big box stores and the hustle and bustle of the Mall of America, but Boyd Huppert introduces us to one of the mall's smallest and youngest vendors.
Come to Nickelodeon Universe at Mall of America and you'll see familiar cartoon characters and a new one.
That's a cartoon version of me.
The cartoon version of Eden Esparza at the Coaster Cafe.
It's so exciting.
Where Eden just pulled off
Hello.
the seemingly impossible.
This one so far has been our best seller. It's her green slime vanilla.
But first, you gotta hear
Yes.
how this ride started.
Oh, that's my girl.
Enrico and Sharon, Eden's parents, saw in their 3-year-old a spark for baking.
Hi guys, hi guys, my name is Eden. You might have heard of me before.
By 5, she was making videos.
So today we're going to be making mango lassi.
And by 8, hawking cupcakes at a car dealership.
Yeah, we were buying a car, so she's like, great opportunity. She went to every cubicle.
But Eden's favorite mode of transportation was here.
I always remember going on the carousel with my dad and brother.
Yet no one expected the girl in the carousel photo to go on to do this.
Hi, my name is Eden Esparza. I'm a young entrepreneur.
That's the voicemail Eden left at the mall.
I sell customized cake pops. Please call me back as soon as you can. Bye.
A call that landed with food manager Barb Ross Hayes.
Yeah, it leaves you speechless, right? How wild is it that an 11-year-old girl cold called the Mall of America to see if she could sell her product here?
About as wild
I was a little bit intimidated.
as Eden making a pitch in a Mall of America boardroom.
It's a fun experience for people to have as a treat while they're visiting the mall.
First, get them off of the floor.
But you don't just start delivering.
Look at that.
Hundreds of handmade cake pops
These ones are the green slime.
to a mega mall. Eden needed a commercial kitchen,
So this is Polynesian purple, the outside color.
which her parents
It's all about the support.
helped her rent.
Hugs and good grades. That's her payment method.
Eden also needed a commercial license.
I studied for like 3 hours every day for 2 weeks straight.
She took the proctored test online.
She said, they're asking for my driver's license. And I said, Eden, did you tell them that you're only 13? So she went back and told them, I'm only 13, I have my school ID. And she passed it.
If the name on the license is vaguely familiar, this may be why. That's Ethan Esparza,
I think he's a good businessman.
Nice day out.
Eden's suited up older brother,
Hi.
featured on Carol Evan in 2007 selling lemonade.
Next year would be half a decade I've done it.
Half a decade.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Today, Ethan owns a real estate business
I want to be like him. I want to be an entrepreneur.
with Eden hot on his trail.
What a pretty bouquet.
She's in the kitchen this Saturday because the mall ran out of her cake pops,
I'm happy that people are loving it.
perfected by Eden mostly through trial and error.
All of them already, yeah.
Green slime vanilla.
Dressed in Nickelodeon colors,
Oh, they're all delicious.
Eden's Cake Pops launched in February to rave reviews,
Yeah. The kids love them.
as did Eden.
I might work for her someday.
That's all she wants is a cake pop.
Not a thing wrong with little girls having amusement park-sized drinks.
Without her calling me back, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
Boyd Huppert, Carol Evan News,
It's been a fun ride.
Mall of America.
What a great story. Well, switching gears now, AI, of course, is everywhere, but it does have a major problem. The energy it consumes is growing exponentially. Michelle Beck takes us to the University of Minnesota, where a professor is working on the solution.
You need a world-class thin film deposition system. Luckily, we have this system.
Professor Jianping Wang tells us to suit up.
And for this clean room,
For in this University of Minnesota lab,
airborne particle.
we pose a threat. Human germs must be blocked, because this machine is creating something that must not be disturbed.
How cool is it that the theory that you developed upstairs, you can see it in real time down here?
That's very exciting. Yeah.
Wang and his team built devices using brand new physics. It's all part of the work to rethink computing, helping the process save a lot of energy.
We can reduce energy consumption by 1,000 times. For some applications, even more.
Environmental concerns are growing, and AI is making them worse.
Here's what I mean. Let's compare a typical Google search with an AI search. A typical ChatGPT request uses up 10 times more electricity than a Google search. It needs far more computing power and data to process.
According to the International Energy Agency, between 2022 and 2026, data centers that power AI will use up twice as much electricity.
We need to do something about it if we want to keep using AI.
U of M professor Ulia Karpuscu is an expert in energy-efficient computer system design, tapped to take part in Wang's groundbreaking research. She worries over another resource getting consumed by AI: water. That's how computers cool down when they heat up. In fact, this is what you get when you combine all the water going to generative AI.
It can exceed the total water consumption of countries like Denmark.
Does that shock you, scare you?
As an engineer, it motivates me.
There's much to solve, as energy is a deeply rooted problem in computing.
Based on the so-called von Neumann model,
all modern computers, from smartphones to data centers, work like this. Data lives in one place and it's processed in another. It takes a lot of energy to move back and forth.
Unintentionally, this is the very reason why AI is not very energy efficient right now.
This is one of the chief reasons.
So what if data doesn't need to move around wasting energy? Wang's new thinking is to have data live and get processed in the same place within memory.
This is an array of the magnetic tunnel junction, and magnetic tunnel junction is a building block of a memory cell.
Make computing more energy efficient, it'll consume less electricity and less water.
I'm crazy enough, started this work almost 22 years ago, and no one think using memory cell can do computing. Now finally we demonstrate that.
Think bigger when considering the human threat. How we use AI is impacting the planet. Will it be sustainable?
That's a $100 billion question, right? But I need to solve this problem from my own expertise.
All right, stick with us. More news and weather coming up after the break.